I decided to do Inktober this year. Here's my journey. The first day was pretty rough. I don't really use ink and pens all that much, so it came out pretty, I'm not particularly proud of that one. But when I worked on Violet, I really liked how that one came out. I started to feel like I was getting a bit of an understanding of what I was doing. And initially, I started out thinking, oh, I'll just draw a bunch of my different girls throughout the Inktober days. So there's Zuzanna there, but you won't see any more of mine until late near the end of Viv's. I ended up starting to decide to embrace some of the spirit of Artfight and start drawing other people's characters as well, and then that ended up becoming the main focus. I think this is about as far as I got before midterms started to rear their ugly head and I started to lose out on time, and so shortly after this, I had to start doing a bunch of them on singular days. I had an extra credit opportunity for doing Inktober in my Drawing Fundamentals course, so I decided I kind of wanted to participate anyway, so I had a good excuse, and that helped to keep me motivated. I think a lot of the best ones were where I used the bigger pit pen and had a lot of contrast with the black and white, where there were like big areas of each. And I definitely ran into challenges. I would run out of poses. There's only so many ways that you can move a body, and I was working traditionally, so I didn't have as much leeway to experiment on the same sheet and get away with it. So I also kind of had to commit to my not perfect anatomy too, which I was very conscientious about. So there's a lot of these that I either want to digitize and touch up or just retry digital because I feel like I just didn't do them justice on paper. I did get a unique opportunity to kind of come up with design elements for the Rayquaza here, Xenon, to come up with like the outfit and hairstyle and stuff. So that was pretty fun. I didn't do a particularly good job of keeping track of who belonged to who, and I was running on very little sleep. So I had a bit of an oopsie moment where I basically mixed up who they belonged to. So that's a learning experience that I'll try to do better on next time. Regardless, I had a lot of fun drawing Pokemon OCs both for friends and new people. I feel like a lot of my experimentation with different techniques and especially hatching really only came about in the first and last days. I feel like if I had had more time and was more comfortable and felt like I was able to experiment and didn't have like midterms jumping at me, I probably could have done more. I ended up working in a sketch of Viv's, and as a little aside, around that time, we were doing a project of monochromatic painting with acrylic paint, and I was graced with the opportunity to be allowed to paint her, and so I had a lot of strong emotional ties going on with that, and so I figured I'd also share that since I had doodled her shortly after, really wanting to draw her. I did try to pick a variety of species and not draw doubles, so that was also a fun part of the challenge. And admittedly, a few of these last batch were hastily done, so they're also ones that I would want to revisit. And I think the last two show just how important a good night's sleep really is in order to get yourself mentally oriented, because in comparison, these ones came out amazing. I'm very happy with them. I learned a lot during this semester in college, and especially even with Inktober. I only wish that I had more time to spend on these and the energy to draw more. I really enjoy the happiness that I see from other people when they get art of their OCs. And I can relate to that because I'd feel the same way. So to conclude, I want to thank everybody for giving me cool OCs to draw. And until next time, I hope y'all have a good one.